Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So I'm really excited to share with you guys this video today, and the reason is because it's that time again where we talk about the passive income that I love to collect every single month, and that's the dividends and the rental income. So what I would like to do first is go over all the dividends that I've received for the month of June. We'll talk about the rental income. I'll show you every single holdings that I have and how much in dividends that I expect from these companies throughout. I'll show you exactly how much I've been paid for the last 4 years and so on. So we're going to go over everything, inshallah. And as always, I would genuinely appreciate if you can like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you can join us in the Patreon account, where it will cost you about 15p per day, and you get access to the Discord, you get access to the buys and sells, the family portfolio, you get the dividend tracker, the calendars and so on. And if you are new to investing, you might want to get hold of the Sharia compliant investing ebook, as well as the 5-page that I've recently added to the Patreon account. So all of these things, and if you sign up for the first month, if you like it, stay around. If you don't like it, you can always take what you need, inshallah, and of course you move on with it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all the companies that I think is 13 different companies that paid me for this month, and then I'll show you how much they paid me, what I'm going to do moving forward. And the next video I'm going to give you a portfolio update just to talk about everything. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show buy a few shares of another company, because this month I haven't done that yet. So I will be doing that 250, basically investing that £250 in a bit. Right, just to start with the companies that paid me, the first one is Visa, 20 shares at the time of when I received when ex-dividend, £6.96 is what I've received. Visa is one of my favorite companies out there. They are not a company that lends money out. They have nothing to do with the riba side of things or interest side of things. They do not deal with that. They are a company that basically do facilitate for those transactions. They do not care about anything else. They are technology companies. Okay, now the next one is a company that I've sold recently. If you want to find out why I've sold it, you can watch the video where basically I talked about this company. 25 shares I had at the time. They paid me over just £16, which was quite nice, but I took that money and reinvested it into EOG, which is another oil company. UPS is the next one. At the time when I've received this money was 40 shares, £43.70. This company I believe is still undervalued so much. I'm still buying it. I think now I'm on 45. I'm gonna get to 50 plus shares, inshallah, in the next few weeks, and I'm gonna hold on to this until it bounces back. Of course, I'm gonna hold on to it for a very long time, because I genuinely like the business. They've been around for a very long time. They might be going through some rough times right now, but that's absolutely fine. That gives me an opportunity to buy right now. Cummins is one of my favorite companies out there. I do have 17 shares up basically right now. I wish I could buy more, but it seems very expensive. I had it for a very long time. I'm up quite a bit, so I'm going to leave it alone. £19, and it's basically 6 pence is what they paid me for the month of June. J&J is another one that's one of my all-time favorite companies. 36 shares at the time of ex-dividend. Right now I think I'm over 40 shares. I'll share that with you guys when I do the portfolio update. £29.66 is what they paid me. S&P Global is another one that I really like. This is one of the companies. They deal with all the rating, credit rating side of things. They do a lot of the commodities and so on. I do own 16 shares. They are paying me just closer to £10. I wish this company comes down quite a bit, because I want to add at least another 10 or so shares. I like the business model. I like the predictability of their business. Of course, it is a little bit volatile depending on the markets and how things are doing, but overall this is a company that has been around for a long time, and I actually do like it. Home Depot, another one that I wish I wish I bought more where it was, the time where it was very much undervalued. Right now I still own 14 shares. They paid me closer to £21, which is nice to see. Another one, Qualcomm. At the time when the ex-dividend, I had 40 shares. Right now I've got 30, because I had to trim it. I sold 10 shares. I took some profit off the table. On top of that, they paid me £22.77, which is quite nice. I really like the company. With AI and everything else that's been happening the last few almost a year now, this company is right in that market. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Talking about AI, Broadcom is another company that is dealing with all the AI madness right now. I had 5 shares at the time, £17.68. I do still have five shares. I feel like this company is very much overvalued at the moment. I'm up over 200%, so I will not be adding to this company right now, because I do believe there are other opportunities out there, but this company is one of the great companies when it comes to AI and so on. Union Pacific is one that has come down quite a bit. I think it's about down about 8% or so for the year. It would be really interesting to see if it even comes down further, because I want to add at least another 4 or 5 shares, if not more. Okay, 26.5 shares at the time, £23.26 is what they paid me, which is nice to see. Next one is Public Storage. This company, I've sold it as well. It's basically no longer Sharia compliant because of the one of their segments of their business basically is now growing so much, and that the insurance side of things. I had 25 shares, £50.52 is what they paid me. Now, talking about this company, this is a REIT. I really genuinely like REITs because they are kind of hands-on, property kind of side of things. So I like the fact that you're getting rental income more or less from these companies without having to do anything. But they are very much in debt, and there's so much other things happening. I'm gonna try to stay away as much as I can with REITs. But again, when it comes to that solid income, it's really one of the best ones out there. So if I can find a really good ones that have a low basically interest, low debt, potentially clean business and so on, I potentially will be adding. But there is this one now, I don't own it anymore. I've sold it completely. Next one is Lind. I've got 10 shares. I think I still have got 10 shares. That's not what they paid me. I wish that's what they paid me. There you go, £11.07 is basically what they paid me. This company still feels fairly valued, so potentially I will be adding to in the next few weeks. I want to build at least another 20-25 shares of this company and leave it alone. They were really good when it comes to dividend payment, as well as, of course, a very predictable business. They are. I went to Greece recently. We had a kind of business related, and a lot of the companies that we visited were actually using equipment this company has. So it was very interesting to see. I actually even took some pictures. It was just weird and nerdy kind of person that I am. So I took some pictures of the equipment and so on. So it's a really lovely company. I like the business, and I like the fact that they're paying solid dividends every single year. Next one is automatic data processing. They basically paid me about £23 for 25 shares I had at the time. I still do own 25 shares. I think they have come down quite a bit, so I'm going to look at them again next to couple of weeks and potentially add to it. I would love to have at least another 20 shares or so of this company. Again, one of the very easy predictable businesses out there. So yeah, we'll love to add to that. Now overall, so that is all the dividends that I've received so far. £275.70 is what I've received. That works out about $351.80, which is basically money that I didn't have to do anything. I had to just buy these high quality businesses. Okay, and when I say high quality business, I genuinely mean it. Look at all of these companies. Majority of them are really good businesses. Okay, and top of that, they basically will pay you every single month. Okay, and that's what I've received this month, £275, over £275, which is getting closer to what I'm basically getting from my property so far. So alhamdulillah, things are good. Let me now show you what I've got overall in terms of the income. Actually, before I show you the entire thing, I'm just going to share with you basically a couple of things. So this is my basically dividend tracker. So if you want access to this, just join us here. You will get access to it, everything in here. Just exactly the same setup. Is easy to do, and this is the bit that I wanted to share with you guys. So you can see, you can pause the video, because I've been asked a few times how much are you receiving from each individual company or expect to receive. So this is the company names, okay, and the column that you really basically need to look at, let me just hide this one, is this one here. Okay, so the dividend income. So as you can see into it, for example, I'm expecting £11.55 over the year, so you have to divide by 4 if they are quarterly paying companies. If they basically pay semi-annual, then of course you have to divide by 2 and so on. So okay, so you can pause the video and have a look at it, but the ones that I've highlighted here is the ones that pay me over £100. And as you can see here right now, Hershey company, I do own 40 shares and they pay me £135 £135. So I'm expecting £135 from this company, and of course that's divided by 4, so then I will receive that basically quarterly. £130 from J&J, £110 from Medtronic. This one is a automatic data processing, £145, which is quite nice. Then and RB, I'm expecting £175. Rio Tinto, I'm expecting £341 because I now own over 100. Well, I own exactly 100 shares and £98, almost £99 from AstraZeneca, which is quite nice as well. So my UK companies are doing really well in terms of payment, and that's why I've been adding when they basically on AstraZeneca. Remember a few months ago when it was very much undervalued, we were buying every single week, and now we got 40 shares, which is quite nice. Now it's gone up so much, so I'm going to leave it alone. I think it's up about 10% so far, growth side of things, so I'm gonna leave it alone and don't touch it for the next few months. If it comes back down again, we'll buy more Rio Tinto, and basically I'll talk about that when we do the dividend, when we do the portfolio update, inshallah. But that's it, that's all the companies, so you can pause the video, have a look at it. Even this company, Salesforce, is now paying dividend, so I'm just receiving just basically over £2 basically, which is absolutely fine, because I think there is a mistake somewhere, because it does say I think quarterly they pay 40 pence, but overall I think they pay, I just want to check their dividend because there were some mistake that I spotted the other day. So annually this is apparently what they're paying, but I'm not sure if that's the case, because I remember seeing somewhere else where it said this is what they will pay quarterly. So it will be interesting to see. Anyway, we'll find out very soon, because it's very, very new, so that might change later on. But that's how much basically I get from all of these companies, and in total this is what I'm expecting, 2,200 in dividend income basically by the end of this year. Portfolio yield right now is 2.10. The yield on cost 2.34, which is quite nice to see, and total dividend that I've received so far over £4,400, which is nice, and that's since the beginning of basically the time that I started. And you can see every single month basically what I've received for the last 4 years, for the last 5 years if you include this one here. So June in 2020 I've received £11, June 2021 I've received £95, June 2022 £194, June 2023 I've received £248, and June 2024 I've received £275. And inshallah in the next 4 years or even a bit longer that will continue to go up. And that's all I'm interested. What I'm interested is not just the price appreciation of these companies. Of course a lot of them are up and is going up, and when you look at the entire portfolio you will be able to see the fact that I'm up about 10%, 11.5%. so that's absolutely wonderful to see that. And a lot of companies, okay, just to show you a few, Broadcom here, I'm about 280, 61%. So you're getting the price appreciation, but you're also getting the dividend that is growing every single year, and this is what I'm interested. So hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years I can basically double every single year when it comes to this, and I can actually get more money every single year, and that's my aim. My aim is to get that income, inshallah, moving forward. Now to quickly show you the June 2024, this is what I've received from my rental income, this is what I paid for the management fee and the VAT and so on. Alhamdulillah, didn't have any main repairs or maintenance. £484 as usual is basically what I've received. Recently I've been talking to a few friends that said, you know what, you should increase the rent, because where the property is I actually can increase it to right now maybe another £100. But one thing I like about the person who lives in that property is he's been there over 5 years now. He likes the property, he actually looks after it, and is nice and clean, single man, you know, like he's got his bike, he's been working in the same place for over 15 years and so on. So I really like everything about him, so for that reason I'm not going to increase it, because I don't want to kick him out. Okay, I don't want to get some random people that are not going to pay him rent and so on, especially the way things are going right now. Landlords have absolutely no rights these days. Right, so if we add everything together, we are getting about £760, which is absolutely amazing. Inshallah, I hope that this continues in the long run, and we can look back in about a few years down the line and say, you know what, remember the days we were receiving 700 and potentially, hopefully 2,000, 3,000 and so on. inshallah, we'll see what happens. We'll buy more properties, we'll buy more dividend companies, we will continue basically increasing this income, inshallah. If you love this type of transparency and you like what I'm doing here, what I'm sharing with you guys every week on week out, please just like the video. Okay, that's the easiest thing that you can do. Subscribe to the channel, share with your family and friends. I'm going to continue doing this, inshallah, and it motivates me when more people join. Wallahi al-azim, it does. Okay, and if you can join on the Patreon account, it really helps. Okay, it helps to pay for all the subscriptions and everything else. We use Morningstar, we use Seeking Alpha. All of these subscriptions I have to pay for, inshallah. So honestly, it would be absolutely wonderful if you can join us. Join us in this journey, inshallah. And if you have any questions, drop me an email. These days I focus more on the Patreon account when people ask questions and so on, because that's a bit more personal. So yeah, if you have any specific questions you want to ask, inshallah, come and join us on the journey. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I've got another video lined up coming up about the portfolio, every single stock we're going to go through, what I'm going to do moving forward. But before I actually finish the video, like I said, I'm going to do some buys, and that is UPS. So I am going to add whatever money I've got here, £250, and that's 2.3 shares of this great company. Like I said to you already, I do own 45 shares, so I'm going to send that to the market. Okay, and the market is open right now, so that should automatically now be executed, as you can see here. Hopefully, if we can get to it. Now I do own 47 shares and for basically 47.4 shares, which is quite nice. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get to 50 shares. That adds, okay, because the dividend yield for this company, this payout is $6.52. So that adds almost £15 in terms of dividends moving forward. Again, I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to keep sharing this with you guys, inshallah. I hope you're enjoying it. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum.